For more than a decade, the top women's collegiate basketball players have become members of a unique family. Each has been honored by Eastman Kodak for her brilliant play and outstanding achievements. These women were the pioneers, the role models, each blazing a new path and elevating the game of women's collegiate basketball to a higher level. A tradition has emerged. The dedication and desire of these superstars of yesterday has laid the foundation for the superstars of today, the women we now honor as 1986 Kodak All-Americans. I'm Mary Flannery, and we're here in Lexington, Kentucky to meet this special team, the 1986 Kodak Women's All-American Basketball Team. This is the 12th consecutive year that Kodak is honoring the best players in the country. And as we'll see, this year's All-Americans feel they're continuing to build on this tradition of excellence. Over the years, the name Cheryl Miller has become synonymous with the honor of Kodak All-American.
In each of the past 4 years, Cheryl has accomplished something remarkable. She has lifted the level of her play higher and higher. She has sharpened her defense. She has made minor adjustments, call it fine-tuning, that make her such a complete player today. Tonight we honor a truly unique athlete, 4-time Kodak All-American, Cheryl Miller. Cheryl?
Completing her career at Southern California as only the third 4-time Kodak All-American ever, Cheryl Miller shares that honor with Ann Myers of UCLA and Lynette Woodard of Kansas. As with the two who preceded her, Cheryl's play has added another dimension to the maturity of women's basketball. 3 times she led the women of Troy into the championship final. Twice they took it all. So popular that in season she received nearly 300 letters a day, more mail than any USC athlete since Heisman Trophy winner Marcus Allen. Now she begins a search for new challenges.
I'm majoring in sports information with the emphasis on broadcasting, so I'd like to do some sports commentating. And since it's by popular request by a lot of the coaches in the country, I decided to take some acting lessons, considering they have a great actress on the court. And I'd like to also do some modeling, endorsement, and some commercials.
No matter what path she follows, Cheryl Miller will long be remembered as one of the all-time greats, a yardstick by which future players will be measured in women's collegiate basketball.
You might want to note that we're very
Cheryl Miller and the 9 other outstanding players we're going to meet were selected only after long and careful evaluation by Chairperson Lynn Dunn and the selection committee of the Women's Basketball Coaches Association. Film and tape were analyzed. The accomplishments of each candidate on and off the court were discussed. And only after many players were considered, the top 10 were selected by the coaches and honored as 1986 Kodak All-Americans.
The top player on the East Coast, how did she stand up?
I'm standing here with 2 more All-Americans, 2 very tall All-Americans. Cindy Brown helped lead Cal State Long Beach to a very successful season this year, and Jennifer Gillum is finishing up her career at Ole Miss as the 2nd leading scorer in the school's history, second to her own sister Peggy. Let's find out a little more about these players. When Jennifer Gillum first discovered she could excel at basketball, her older sister was her role model. Now, the 2 Gillums, Jennifer and Peggy, reign as the 2 top scorers in the history of Lady Rebel basketball. What's your best shot?
I like the turnaround jump shot. I just think it's a high percentage shot for me, and I tend to shoot it a little bit more than other shots. And it's really beginning to be a good shot for me. Out of maybe 2 hours of practice, I've spent like at least half an hour working on that shot.
Leading scorer for the Lady Rebels for 3 consecutive years, senior Jennifer Gillum has earned the unparalleled respect of all who played against her. On this trip to the countryside, Jennifer and I were joined by All-American Cindy Brown, a junior from Cal State University, Long Beach.
Well, the thing that sets Cindy Brown apart is that she plays for the clutch games. That's when she's at her best. Whether we're playing USC, Georgia, Louisiana Tech, that's when she has her best games. This year, she's averaged a little over 24 and still double figures in rebounding, but she's a hard worker. She's improved because of hard work on the court and in the weight room.
I think weight training is the thing that really motivates me to play basketball. It not only, tones your body, but it's very effective, in the games, as far as jumping, shooting, your touch, and whatever.
Cindy Brown used that weight training to good advantage, as she has topped her team in nearly every offensive category the past 2 years.
Turn a little, yeah, right there. Good smile. Okay. Yeah,
Senior Lily Mason has good reason to smile. She's led Western Kentucky into the Final Four for 2 consecutive years. Dominating the inside game, number 32 rewrote the Lady Topper record book, becoming their all-time leading scorer. Combining quickness and agility to block shots, Lily Mason turns into an unstoppable force at both ends of the court. That determination and drive have earned her recognition as one of the best in women's collegiate basketball. Sophomore Sue Wicks of Rutgers scored in double figures in every game she played this season.
Sue, you're only 19, but now you're an All-American, and there's going to be a lot of expectations placed on your game. How do you feel about these expectations?
I think the expectations that people place on me are usually a little lower than the ones I place on myself. So the pressure from those expectations they don't bother me that much, because I'm going to be, the biggest pusher of myself because of the things I want to achieve.
That inner drive to excel has pushed 19-year-old Sue Wicks to play well beyond her years. Her commanding presence and versatility on the basketball court were primary reasons the coaches selected her as a 1986 Kodak All-American. A major highlight for these All-Americans is this opportunity to meet their peers and to get to know each other off the court. A trip to the Kentucky Horse Farm gave them the chance to enjoy this weekend together in Lexington and to be themselves.
Oh, they're just simply marvelous.
They finished their horseplay by admiring John Henry, the sport's all-time leading money winner, and joined him for a portrait of champions, a portrait that included a superb athlete known as Wild, Wonderful Wanda. Wanda Ford from Drake is the first woman to lead the country in both scoring and rebounding. She averaged more than 30 points a game and nearly 17 rebounds this season. A non-stop whirlwind of scoring and rebounding, Wanda Ford's fierce competitiveness first appeared when she was 7 and began shooting with the boys. Small for a center at 6 feet, Wanda still hits on better than 52% of her shots. On her way to the top, Wanda Ford has worked long and hard to sharpen her skills and improve her game. And most of all, to overcome a nickname she would like to forget, Big W.
They called me that in high school because I was kind of fat then, but now I got through all those fitness classes and aerobics and ballet and stuff, and calmed down from that a little bit.
For the second consecutive year, the Lady Bulldogs of Georgia placed 2 players on the All-America team. Teresa Edwards, number 5, and Katrina McLean, number 32.
This is Teresa Edwards from Georgia, who was voted to the Kodak All-American team for the 2nd year in a row. Teresa, can you describe for me your job on the court?
My role on the team is, to me, is being a leader. Going out and giving all I can give every time I get on the court. And I think my teammates have learned to follow that. And I think it's helped us throughout the season. And it was important to me that I went out every game, every practice, and gave my best.
What do you think is the best part of your game?
I love running, and I love having the other team run after me, you know, whatever. Just going through that maze of running and having my teammates running with me and making everything click. Just the thrill of putting a real quick bucket in or a real snappy bucket in. That's the thrill of me sharing and going out there, giving it all, having fun with doing what I'm doing.
Part of Teresa Edwards' fun was firing a perfect pass to her All-America teammate, Katrina McLean. The 6'2" junior led the Lady Bulldogs in scoring, rebounding, and blocked shots. Her burning desire to control a game has been kindled over her years at Georgia by the demanding work ethic of Coach Andy Landers.
I think that comes with discipline and attitude. You know, you have to want to work hard. You have to really love basketball to come to play for Coach Landers. And I think, you know, at practice, you know, he really demands a whole lot out of us. And, you know, we give it to him. You know, we may fuss a lot about, you know, running and stuff like that, but it helps in the long run.
The hard work paid off for these 2 Lady Bulldogs, as both Teresa Edwards and Katrina McLean were honored by the coaches as Kodak All-Americans. As she grew up playing basketball in Chapel Hill, North Carolina's Pam Leake always harbored a dream of one day becoming a Kodak All-American.
Pam, we're sitting here in front of these Kodak posters from previous years. Have you ever seen one of these before?
Yes, I've seen a couple of them. When I was in like 7th, 8th grade, I used to have a picture of the '78 Kodak team right up above my bed. I used to look at those girls and I used to dream that maybe one day I could sit in those chairs with them. And then there's Tree, who was our first All-American in North Carolina.
Teresa Brown from North Carolina.
And Teresa really inspired me when she came back from her week when she was Kodak in '84. We talked and I asked her, I wanted her to tell me everything about it because I felt that since Tree had made it, I felt that now the doors were open and maybe I could do it too. And she really inspired me. She said, Leek, if you think you could do it, you can. She said, I know you can.
And Pam did, becoming a Tar Heel starter as a freshman, and this year leading her team in scoring and the Atlantic Coast Conference in assists. Pam Leake, an All-American whose childhood dream did come true. When the Lady Longhorns of Texas finished 1986 34-0, Cammie Etheridge proved to be the heart and soul of this undefeated team. She had geared her game to bring out the best in each and every one of her teammates.
I just try to go in and do what I do best, is just play consistent ball and get them the ball when they need it, and not try to do anything spectacular because that's really not my game, but just encourage them and really not turn the ball over. If I do all those things, if I just go out there and play a consistent game and pass the ball get it into their hands when they need it, and tell them little things about not to try to do too much and things like that, and just show them the leadership in that kind of sense that's the best thing I can do for them.
This 5'5" Texas tornado not only breaks an opponent's defense, she breaks their spirit. Since Cammie became starting point guard in 1982, Coach Jody Conrad's Lady Horns have played 124 games and lost only 9, winning 4 straight Southwest Conference titles and the coveted NCAA championship. Her all-around game made Texas a winner and made Cammie Etheridge the Lady Horns' first 2-time Kodak All-American.
Hey, Georgia. Hi, Texas. Hey, USC.
The 10 finest women's collegiate basketball players of 1986, set to take their place with those who have preceded them as part of this legacy of success.
Yeah, good. Nice, pleasant. We're happy about this. You guys made the team, Good. Good.
Each player can add to her picture a medallion and an All-American certificate presented by Kodak as a symbol of what she has accomplished. Each athlete knows she is among the best to ever play the game.
On behalf of the team, I would like to extend a sincere thanks and appreciation for this most memorable moment. The moments will always be cherished for me, and I think I speak for the entire team. And I thank y'all for accepting us tonight. Thank you.
You Kodak All-Americans really represent the very best in women's athletics, and we at Kodak are proud to be associated with such fine individuals. You've consistently demonstrated your athletic ability, your desire, your teamwork, and the elements of excellence throughout the season. Congratulations, and thanks for making this another year of high achievement in women's collegiate basketball.
The latest to join this Kodak tradition of excellence, the 1986 Women's All-American Basketball Team.